They say the game of love is all about winning. But right now, the WAP sisters are looking at a scoreboard that reads 2-0, and they aren't the ones on top.
My marriage, I felt the love dying. I was crying every day. I fell in the deepest depression that I had ever had.
Both Cardi B and Thee Stallion just lost their athlete men in the messiest way possible.
Yep. Megan broke up with NBA star Klay Thompson.
Is a high-profile romance worth the drama when the ring never comes?
She posted about it on Instagram. And according to Megan, Klay cheated on her.
This is how Cardi B and Meg are down 2-0.
I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The Secret Life of Stefan Diggs and the $2,000 Chef. On the song WAP, Cardi said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring." Offset once criticized her on social media for lacking traditional cooking and cleaning skills during the collapse of their marriage.
Did it hurt your feelings when he said you couldn't cook?
No, because you know that. But now you got all these bitches that cook for you. Why you still bothering me? Shit.
This issue also affected her relationships with Stefan, but in a different way. The drama started with a massive shock in the world of professional football. Stefan Diggs was a star for the New England Patriots, but his biggest battle was happening inside a courtroom instead of on the field. Everything came crashing down because of a woman named Mila Adams. She wasn't just some random person. She was the personal chef who lived in his house and cooked his meals. But during a trial in early 2026, she dropped a bomb that left everyone's jaw on the floor. She testified under oath that she and Stefan had a secret sexual relationship that started way back in December of 2022. That date matters. It overlaps with Cardi's relationship timeline, because Stefan was supposed to be building a new life with Cardi B at the same time. While Cardi was out here thinking she finally found a man who would treat her right after all the drama with Offset, her man was allegedly playing a double game. Mila told the court that things were complicated. She was getting paid $2,000 a week to be his chef, but they were also meeting up and hanging out as more than friends. The tea gets even colder when you hear about the Art Basel trip in December of 2025. Mila testified that she was so close to Cardi B that they were actually planning matching outfits for the event. She was allegedly sleeping with him while planning matching Art Basel outfits with Cardi.
I was upset with him, not upset at the fact I couldn't go to Art Basel. Me and him have a relationship for over 4.5 years. He could have told me weeks ahead of time, because me and his girlfriend, Cardi B, we were talking about having like outfits and stuff. It was like a whole thing being planned, and he just waited till the last day.
Allegedly, she slept with Stefan while acting friendly with Cardi. Brutal. Cardi had no idea. She even went on the internet to defend Stefan when the first assault allegations came out. She stood by her man while he was reportedly making a fool out of her right under her own roof. Then, on December 2nd, the story turned violent. Mila claimed that Stefan slapped her and put her in a headlock during a fight about money. Stefan said it was all a lie. He pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers argued that Mila was just looking for a big paycheck. After only 90 minutes of talking, a jury cleared Stefan of all charges in 2026. He walked out of that courtroom a free man, but his relationship with Cardi B was finished. They unfollowed each other on Instagram, and Cardi made it clear she was done. How did Cardi end up down 0-1? She welcomed a son named Brim with Stefan in November of 2025. She thought she was starting a new chapter, but instead, she ended up with another baby daddy and a whole lot of public embarrassment. Fans started saying Stefan dodged a bullet because Cardi has a history that makes people in the sports world very nervous. Was Cardi's past the reason Stefan pulled away? Fans certainly asked. Stefan moved on to the Patriots to find a no-nonsense culture, and it seems like he decided that Cardi and her drama didn't fit the playbook anymore. Let's be real, even though they get back together off and on for the sake of the child they share together, their relationship is cooked and isn't really going anywhere. Klay Thompson and the legend of the cheating diary. The second loss for the WAP sisters came when Thee Stallion and NBA star Klay Thompson hit a wall. The trouble really showed up during their first big red carpet date in July of 2025. They went to a fancy formal event in New York City called the Pete and Thomas Foundation Gala. Red carpet smiles hid the tension. Clay looked uncomfortable as Megan got loud. But as the night went on, things got super awkward. Megan started getting very loud and was animated and singing at the top of her voice with a ghetto attitude. Clay was sitting right next to her in a formal tuxedo, looking completely stone-faced and checked out. His body language said it all, checked out and uncomfortable. He tried to play it off with a blank and slightly pained expression on his face, but body language experts and fans saw right through it. It was clear to everyone watching that he was already done with the relationship right then and there. On the song WAP, Meg said, "Talk your ish, bite your lip, ask for a car while you ride that dick." He even bought her a blue Bentley for her birthday, and she gave him an expensive watch later on. But the romance did not even last a full year before Meg went on the internet to air out all their dirty laundry in April of 2026. Meg accused Clay of cheating on her and said he got cold feet about being in a serious relationship. She told her fans that he had her around his whole family playing house, but then he treated her poorly during the basketball season. She even talked about his horrible mood swings. But the internet started doing research, and they found out that Clay has a long history of this kind of behavior. Old rumors resurfaced. A 2019 cheating diary story followed Clay online. Fans called it a golden retriever act. Warm in public, messy in private. The fans of the Dallas Mavericks are not crying for Meg, though. They think Clay is the one who won in the end. They say he had his fun with the WAP, and then realized he did not want to be the retirement plan for a girl who had her hot girl summers twerked on every rapper in the game. How is Megan down 0-2? She has a long list of failed relationships with men like Moneybagg Yo, Pardison Fontaine, and the whole tragic situation with Tory Lanez. Every time she goes public with a man, it ends in a lyrical feud or a public meltdown. Klay Thompson is a 4-time NBA champion with millions of dollars in the bank. He chose to go back to his quiet life on the water instead of dealing with the constant noise that comes with being a hot girl. It looks like he decided to prioritize hoops over everything, leaving Meg to deal with the fallout alone. Why these athletes had to run for the hills. So, why do these high-profile romances implode? Is the WAP lifestyle just not good enough to keep a man? The theme here is that both Cardi and Meg are losing because they can't seem to bridge the gap between the rap world and the professional sports world. Athletes like Stefon Diggs and Klay Thompson are businesses. They have endorsements, team rules, and huge reputations to protect. Cardi B is a former gang member who has been open about her life in the Bloods.
A lot of chicks really got into the gangs because of Cardi B. Cardi B's a Blood. She used to have blood dreads, and she had the whole 9 yards.
She has admitted to doing things in her past that would get any normal person sent to jail for a long time. When Stefon Diggs was facing his own legal troubles, having a partner who rants on the internet about hating men and wanting to rob people again is a major liability.
Do you know me?
I see what I see on TV, and men like you are the type of men that I be talking about. You need to get from these guys what you want. You get out of both of them.
Stefon needed someone who would make him look like a leader, not a drama magnet. He realized that the safeness he felt with Cardi was just a mask for the chaos that follows her everywhere. Then you have Megan. She tries to act like she is the one in control, but her track record says something else. She moves from rapper to rapper and then from athlete to athlete, but the ending is always the same. Klay Thompson is known for being a bit of a simple guy who loves his dog and his boat. Why would he want to deal with the mood swings and the public accusations every time he needs a little space? The fans on the internet are being brutal. They are saying that these athletes dodged a bullet by getting out before things got even more serious. In the sports world, being down 2-0 is a bad place to be. It means you are losing the series and you are almost out of time. Cardi and Meg might be winning on the music charts, but in the game of relationships, they are getting swept. The scoreboard never lies. So, what is next for the WAP sisters? Cardi is currently focused on her kids and her music, but she is still dealing with the pain of Stefon staying distant during the birth of their son. She calls herself a hopeless romantic, but fans wonder if her choices are the pattern. She keeps looking for a man to make her feel secure, but she keeps ending up with guys who have secret lives on the side. Megan is trying to move ahead with peace and clarity, but her exit from her Broadway show proves that she is struggling. She says trust and respect are non-negotiable, but she keeps giving her heart to men who have a history of fumbling every woman they date. Will Megan ever get a hot girl summer that actually lasts? The athletes have already made their choice. Stefon Diggs is focusing on his career and his new son, while Klay Thompson is back to being the king of the ocean. They didn't get stuck in the drama, and they didn't let their names get dragged through the mud for too long. They saw the red flags, and they ran. At the end of the day, being a WAP sister might get you hits and views, but it isn't getting these women a seat at the table with the elite athletes. The scoreboard is clear. The athletes are up, the rappers are down, and the drama is just getting started. Are you going to keep rooting for them, or is it time to admit that they are officially out of the game? Stay tuned. This scoreboard could flip, and the receipts aren't finished.